The excitement of Arizona high school lacrosse is addictive. The Arizona Lacrosse League invites you to watch, support, and play lacrosse. It's one of the fastest growing sports, and the action and excitement will keep you coming back. To join a team in your area or to find out about a game in your area, go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com. APNvideo.com is on the air, and tonight we're coming to you from Cactus Shadows High School in blustery Cave Creek, Arizona. It's our season premiere of the 2021 Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week as the Chandler Dogs take on the Cactus Shadow Falcons. The Dogs are led by head coach Cody Wagner. He's in his third season and hoping that he can get this team into the 2021 playoffs this year. They are led by one of the top defensive players, Mark Lamorcella. And he's going to need a big game here, along with very talented Fogo and midfielder Manny Gomez, who wears 78. And maybe the true team leader is Jimmy Martin, their outstanding goalie, number 24. On the other side, you look at this Cactus Shadows team, Scott Turkington. They are in their first year of varsity play, so a lot of excitement up here in Cave Creek, and they got a great guy leading the charge. Hunter McCollum is one of the leaders on that defense. They're also led by a young freshman goalie and Benjamin Jeffcoat. His dad's one of the coaches here. And one of the top athletes on the field, Sean Kelm, hard-hitting defensive player. Looking for a big game. It's our season premiere of the Arizona Lacrosse League. Let's take a look at our starting lineups first for the visiting Chandler Dogs. At Fogo, Manny Gomez, number 78. And they will come out at attack with Erdl Garden and Mraz. Richardson, Noah Diogracias, and Gavin Kelly will be the midfielders. Defense, Brogan Kelly, Mark Lamorcella, and Ethan Zarnick will round out the defense for head coach Cody Wagner, who's assisted by Corey Wilson and Tony Wahlberg. So the face-off, the battle right here between Manny Gomez, number 78, Chandler coming out in the all-blue with the white sleeves, and 45 on the other side, Will Stone. He is one of the fan favorites here. And Chandler look like they're going to win this opening face-off. And our season premiere of Arizona High School Lacrosse Game of the Week is on the air and underway. So good defense along the wing, near side. And the freshman Turkington will pick up the ground ball, and Cactus Shadows will settle into their first possession after losing that opening face-off. We're just underway from Cave Creek, a blustery day. We've seen gusts of 20 to 25 miles per hour. Right now it's blowing probably somewhere in the high teens, maybe around 15 miles an hour, and our game time temperature, it's a very cool 66 degrees. You're getting a look at Michael Burke. He's one of the top players on the field here today. Burke, along with Turkington and McKiernan, make up the Cactus Shadow attack. Midfield is Will Stone, A.J. Stangler, and Ryan Walker, with Sean Kelm, Hunter McCullough, and Warren Smith at defense. Their face-off guy you saw earlier is Will Stone, and in goal the freshman Benjamin Jeffcoat. Scoreless tie, and then first shot of the game, it goes a little wide. Well, one of the things that we wanted to break down today, or at least maybe keep an eye on, both teams coming off losses, 15-9 to Catalina, did the Chandler Dogs, and Cactus Shadow coming off a 14-3 at the hands of the Corona del Sol Aztecs. But one of the things that both these teams talked about this week is the fact that from a defensive standpoint, how well will each of these teams contest the shot? In last week's game, there were breakdowns in that area, and I think both these coaches would love to see a much more aggressive, especially with the ball handler, and especially if that ball handler is shooting. We're going to get a push. No, that was a crease violation, and that'll give it back to Chandler. Chandler looking to get it into the offensive half for the first time and really have not had a possession yet. This is Richardson, and this is what he does best. So he clears it off and gets it into the offensive half. We're a couple of minutes into this contest. It's our season premiere of the Arizona Lacrosse League on APN Sports. You can watch all of the Arizona Lacrosse League games by going to apnvideo.com. Go to the sports tab and look for Arizona Lax Live. And the thumbnail to all the games is right there. And if you're interested in watching the Arizona Girls Lacrosse League games, we also have those at our same webpage. No score, first quarter action. Jeff Lowry with you from APN Sports. First possession of the game for the Chandler Dogs. Richardson draws the contact, and now they'll restart the offense. And a nice job as Cooper Roderick out there for Cactus Shadows on the defensive side. And he wears number 3, and you'll see a lot of him, one of the outstanding midfielder, a defensive midfielder possibly here. Gavin Kelly. And it is going to be thrown away. I don't know whose fault it was. It doesn't matter. It's going to turn it over as Hunter McCullough will restart things, get it over to the goalie, Benjamin Jeffcoat, and here's the clear by the Cactus Shadow Falcons in their first year of existence of the varsity level. Nice job by Warren Smith pulling the trigger, and he comes up a little wide on that one, and it was corralled nicely by Jimmy Martin, the senior goalkeeper for the Chandler Dogs. I'm wondering how many times I'm going to call them the Wolves, because many years of covering high school, they were always the Chandler Wolves. Richardson is going to get the benefit of the doubt here, and that's going to be a timeout called by the Chandler Dogs. As you look at Scott Turkington, who attended the U.S. Military Academy at West Point and served his country, wanted to send out a special thanks to the Kelm family for all the work that they do with this organization. And I had a chance to talk to Kim Kelm, who her and her husband both served in the, I believe both of them were in the United States Air Force. And so for all of you who have served, whether it was in the military or police or especially fire, well, not especially fire, just anyone who has served this country and the frontline people, thank you for your service. And, it's tough times this past year, and what a challenge. And hopefully we can get this country back on track sometime soon. And we can't do it without the people in the military and those other areas that I talked about. Here's Richardson, and a quick left-handed shot. Good defense, and we've seen some strong defense to start this game as we are roughly 5.5 minutes into the contest. Good challenge over there on the far side, and that was Sean Kelm with a good defensive play, and he got some help over there by Warren Smith. Now they throw it away, and Mraz throws it down into the corner, and this one's going to go out of play. This is not going to be considered a shot, and that is a turnover. And so Cactus Shadows trying to get the ball across the halfway line for only the second time today. They've had only one possession through the first about 5.5 minutes of play. No score, first quarter action. Michael Burke, one of the key components to this Cactus Shadow team led by Scott Turkington. As we mentioned, he's been with the program before, but this is the first varsity season for the Falcons, who are in the all-white uniforms. And he's assisted by Keith Jeffcoat, whose son is obviously Benjamin and is the starting goalie for Cactus Shadows. And it was really Keith was so instrumental in this team going to the varsity level. And I think that lacrosse up here in the Cave Creek area is picking up some steam. And that's going to be a turnover over along the far side. And here comes the Dogs. No score, first quarter action. We're in the 8th minute of play here. And both teams have had a couple of possessions, and both teams have not really gotten too many shots on goal yet. As the defense has done very well, and right now both these teams pitching a shutout here in the first quarter as we approach the 4-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Shane Ewell working around the horn. Mura's in trouble, and excellent defense. Stengler and Warren Smith collaborating, and now an errant pass, and that was broken up by Cooper Roderick. Good job there by the junior midfielder, and Cactus Shadows will look to get their 3rd possession. They're going to call a timeout here. So both teams have extinguished their first timeouts, and it's no score as we come back to live action. No score between Cactus Shadows coming out in the all-white uniforms. Sean Kelm trying to clear this one and make sure, as he did a token glance over to the rest of the field and then brings it across, preventing the offside. So an excellent job by the defender, Sean Kelm. Ryan Walker, one of the seniors on this Cactus Shadow team. And they give way to Burke, and Burke hit the pipe. Got a little pipe city on that one as it goes sailing out of bounds. Cactus Shadows will retain the possession in a scoreless tie. First quarter action. Inside of 4 minutes left to play here. Michael Burke gets the support pass back. And now they'll set it up with Greg Wedge, a young man who was just brought up from the JV team. Back up to Ryan Walker. Over to Burke. And, well, he hit a cutter, Will Stone, but that one was blocked. I think that was deflected from behind, and a nice check. And Ben Garden, or check that, I'm sorry, that's 78, Manuel Gomez. And he had it taken away, and he's going to be called for warding with about 3 minutes left to go here in quarter number 1. And now the numbers, Michael Burke, he takes a shot. He left it high and sent it sailing over the crossbar. So we are still scoreless here in the first quarter. Here's Jake Turkington. Hard to believe this young man is just a freshman. And the son of head coach Scott Turkington. Nelson Lee, 24, is checked into the lineup as one of the midfielders. And this is Cooper Roderick working it over to Burke. Now back over to Greg Wedge. A 0-0 tie here in the first. Nice pass. Good vision by Burke. And Ryan Walker probably needed to hold his ground there a little bit. I think he was trying to get the hands free to clear up the shot, but a pretty good defense from behind, even though he had a great break right down the pipe and was unable to hold on to the pass by Burke, and the pass was there. And you can see that Burke has really outstanding vision. I mean, he's always looking to facilitate the pass, maybe sometimes even more than shooting it. He leads the team this year. And talking about number 8, Michael Burke of Cactus Shadow, in total points with 5 through their first 2 games. No score, first quarter action. Bounce feed into the back of the cage. And Spence Mraz has scored, but I believe they're going to take this one away. I believe they're going to take that one away. Final moments of the first quarter. And so the score remains 0-0 here in quarter number one. Good clear by Cactus Shadows. So they're hoping to get on the board first. Work it over to Roderick. Very deliberate offense we've seen from both, but we've seen some really outstanding defense. And now Michael Burke, who's actually more of the point guard for this team. He tries to roll dodge it, work it over to Roderick. And now a quick face dodge running right was Will Stone right down the middle, and he leaves it wide to the right and no good. 0-0, Cactus Shadows. And this one knocked away along the far side. Good defense there by number 27, Lamorticella. And a good ground ball picked up by Michael Burke. Get it over to Cooper, and Cooper had a nice-looking shot there. He went over the top. I think you see a lot of sidearm shots so many times, and that time Roderick went up high and was unable to get that ball right on line for the score. So we remain scoreless here. He's trying to get it over to Michael Burke. Burke moving left, and a quick pass, beautiful to Will Stone, but he's going to be turned away on the shot by Jimmy Martin of the Chandler Dogs, and he's going to send it all the way down here in the final moments of quarter number one. Chandler had one goal taken away, and I was assuming it was a crease violation before the shot. And now Chandler with one of the few possessions. I mean, it seems like these possessions have been drawn out. And the quick shot, right-handed.
Shot by number 2 is wide.
And I think we're going to put 4 seconds up on the clock here. All right, here's Spence going to work. Here's the dodge, and he will pull the trigger, but it was just after the buzzer, and it's no good. And we are still scoreless at the end of one. Jeff Lowry back here from Cave Creek, Arizona on a blustery night for Arizona High School boys lacrosse. Our second face-off. We saw a scoreless tie in the first. Chandler has won both face-offs, led by Andre Richardson, who has proven to be an outstanding in midfield play in that transition game, number 22, at the bottom of your screen. And he's gotten a couple of ground balls off face-offs. We've only had 2 because we've had a scoreless tie throughout the first quarter and now about 30 seconds into the second quarter. Here's Richardson trying to pull the trigger, and a good check by Nelson Lee. He definitely changed the direction of that shot, and some solid defense by number 24 out front in the pipe. Loose ball, and this one will be picked up by Warren Smith. Now you got the unsettled 50-50 ball, and it's Chandler. Now moving left to right on your television screen. No score, second quarter action. Big right hand, and that one's going to be wide. We talked about this at the top of the broadcast, and both teams really wanting to improve the contested shot when you're on defense, and I think both these teams have done admirably in making those adjustments here, coming off 2 big losses for both teams in their last game. So Mraz on the restart for Chandler. He'll work it around. Let's see if Richardson wants to step in. He does. He loses the ball. Good challenge up there defensively by Herkamp. That was a good check by number 70 of Cactus Shadows. And the end result, they're going to get the possession on the Lee ground ball. He's going to quickly get it into the box, work it around. Turkington takes the quick shot. And Brogan Kelly was all over it defensively for the Chandler Dogs. No score, second quarter action. A couple of minutes into this second quarter. Greg Wedge over to Turkington. Now Will Stone. We mentioned Will Stone, one of the fan favorites here in Cave Creek land. That one broken up on the far side by Ethan Zarnick, one of the guys they want to stay away from. Left-handed shot, and the follow-through wasn't there for Michael Burke as he left it high. 0-0 tie. Out front and at the doorstep, and Nelson Lee can't find the back of the cage. Good pass. We've seen some outstanding passing from both these teams. Just cannot get it into the back of that cage, and we're still scoreless here in quarter number 2. Will Stone. Just not seeing anybody really wanting to step in here. Burke, who's been a facilitator so far with no assists. It's a scoreless game, obviously, but he's been looking to pass first, and he gives this one up to Stone. Sidearm shot again. But, of course, the player that is closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds on a shot, they retain the possession. Here's a save. Jimmy Martin. But then he throws it away, and this one will go out of bounds, or will it stay in? Well, that ball is still in play. Now, the far sideline, the markings on the football field do not indicate out of bounds in this game. I think it might be over there by that black tarpaulin. They got some numbers here in transition. And Michael Burke, I mean, he has made some outstanding passes here. And Ryan Walker just a little out of control when he corralled the pass. Here's another one. What a save by Jimmy Martin. At point-blank range, Ryan Walker on the shot. And we are still at 0-0. Walker picks up the loose ball. That was an unforced error. Here comes Cactus Shadows and a takeaway from behind. That was Zarnick, Ethan Zarnick, who might be their best defensive player on the roster. And you're going to get a push here. That's got to be Chandler's ball, isn't it? Yeah. So a loose ball, push. No penalty. But the possession belongs to the Dogs in a scoreless tie. Richardson. From the angle, and a weak shot because of the good, strong defense by the sophomore Bronson Wilkinson. Shane going back to work. Triple teamed. And apparently that was a clean check. And Cactus Shadows has got it. Led by Sean Kelm and company. And AJ's going to clear it for the Falcons. Second quarter action. Halfway through quarter number 2. Both teams have done an outstanding job contesting virtually every shot. I mean, it has been a rarity that either one of these teams have had the opportunity to have a wide open shot. Everything has been contested so far, and the defense for both teams not making it easy. Late on the slide was Mark, and apparently it was enough to alter the shot by Jake Turkington. But backing up the shot for Cactus Shadows, they'll have the possession. So here's Michael Burke. And strong defense by Zarnick over there. And his pass goes off the face of Roderick, and it's picked up by Zarnick, who now loses his footing. And then he gets some help from his teammate Andre Richardson, who will try to clear it upfield, and he does. Up to Spence, And now they've got some numbers. And what looked to be like a pass that was right on line, Sean Kelm with tremendous, tenacious defense over there. And now McCullough kicks it out of there, but it's going to be picked up by Chandler, and they'll restart it with Noah. 0-0 tie. We're in quarter number 2. I got to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever called or seen a lacrosse game tied at 0 this late in the game. I don't think I've maybe the first quarter. I can't even remember the last time that even happened. So we've got a pitcher's duel, as they would say in baseball. Lucas A.L.L, sophomore, who they have tremendous high hopes for, and Chandler trying to get on the board and score and break the ice in this scoreless tie here as we are past the halfway point. Split dodge, stop there. I'll tell you who's having an outstanding game here is Warren Smith, number 23 defensively. He has made some big-time plays. Flag down on the play. Dogs trying to get on board for the first time. Here's the dodge, and the shot is not good, and might have been a crease violation in there too, but there was a flag down. It's a technical foul. And it's going to go, I believe, against Ryan Walker. Unnecessary roughness is probably the call. So a man-up situation the first time today, and it pays off for the Chandler Dogs as they get the score from Spence Mraz, and it's 1-0. Mraz, who had scored twice earlier, one was taken away by a penalty, and then one came about a split second after the end of the first quarter, and this time a third time a charm. So our third face-off, and let's see who wants to come up with this. Good battle there by Roderick, number 3. And to be honest, I couldn't tell who came up with it. It looked like Zarnik had it, and now it will go back to Cactus Shadows. That was only our third face-off of the day. So a timeout, and that was taken by Cactus Shadows. So Spence Mraz scoring the first goal of the game. And now Cactus Shadows comes back down to the end on a big face dodge. Will Stone has found the promised land. That'll tie it up at 1 apiece. So a very impressive face dodge that time by number 45, the freshman midfielder Will Stone. And this game tied at 1 apiece as Cactus Shadows scores with lightning-like swiftness. So they'll be credited with their second straight face-off win, and we're even at 2 apiece in that category, and we're even on the scoreboard at 1 apiece. So Stone and Mraz have both scored for Cactus Shadows and Chandler respectively. Now Roderick going to work. Turns the corner. The face dodge shot is low and saved by Jimmy Martin. Quick outlet to the far side of the field. And now Chandler looking to regain the lead. 1-1 tie here in the second quarter. Nice slide there by Sean Kelm. And Sean has had really an outstanding day. You could say that about this defense overall for both teams. Late stages of quarter number 2, and it's just a 1-1 tie, second quarter action. Both teams coming off losses in their last game. We talked about the importance of challenging the shots. challenging the man who's got the ball, but more importantly, maybe even the man who is taking a shot, and that's been the case. And look at the defense by Kelm. Good stick skills right there and the footwork to go along with it. 1-1 tie, late second quarter. Chandler gets on the board first, scored about 2.5 minutes ago, and then Cactus Shadow came right back. Stone finding the back of the cage for the game-tying goal. And now Chandler wants to go back up top before the end of the first half. That was a pass by Gracias. And Noah, whose other brother, one of the top players on this team, Aiden Gracias, was unable to play. And it was more of an injury. It was just kind of give it an extra couple of days to maybe heal. We don't know what the extent of the injury was. It wasn't serious, but it was more for precautionary reasons. And I know Chandler would certainly like to have Aiden services out here in tonight's game. Will Stone, he's got it. Michael Burke. Good look, good check, even better. Lamorticella, and now Chandler, who is looking to regain the lead for the second time in this game. Excellent ball rotation. Lucas Earl just couldn't quite finish. And a tremendous job at point-blank range. Benjamin Jeffcoat comes up with a save. Final moments of the first half of our inaugural game of the week, our season premiere on APM Video Sports, the Arizona High School Lacrosse League. Calm, cool, and collected. Jimmy Martin, the goalie of this Chandler team, he has to retreat. Turkington. And taking the shot, Burke left it high. Dropped down a little bit too low, I think, maybe on that one. I think Burke's going to have a fine season for this Cactus Shadow team in their first year of varsity play as we come to the end of the first half. Got a 50-50 ball here, and if you're Cactus Shadows, you got to get back here on defense. And look at Sean Kelm with a big-time ground ball. That could have prevented a scoring play as we watch him take the shot. There's still a few seconds, I think, left in this one. Jimmy Martin, he'll just fling it down, and that is the end of the first half. And we've had a defensive Titanic struggle here tonight from Cave Creek, Arizona. Cactus Shadow won, Chandler won. All right, Jeff Lowry back here. Second half action, third quarter. Our fifth face-off, and that one's going to be won by Manny Gomez. So Chandler has won 3 of the 5 face-offs, if you're counting at home. And we are in a 1-1 tie, our season premiere of the Arizona Lacrosse League here on APM Video Sports. Jeff Lowry with you on a cool, blustery night. Temperatures in the mid-60s, but we've had gusts of 15 miles an hour, sometimes up towards 17, 18, but not too chilly. Could be a lot worse, though. You know, you live in Arizona long enough, you know, you come out to these games and you're bringing your blankets and your winter jackets, and people back east are making fun of us right now. First shot of the second half by Andre Richardson. Andre is a guy, you know, I haven't seen him play before. This is the first time I've seen the Chandler Dogs, and so happy that we could get both these teams on our game of the week because I know Chandler's been in the league a few years. This is Cactus's first year at varsity, and, you know, if they win this game, it would be nice to have this, you know, on our game of the week. If Chandler gets a victory here today, you know, it'd be the first time they've been on our game of the week. So I think this was a good opportunity for both these programs to be on our game of the week. And I look at what Andre Richardson, the skill level that this young man has as he rifles one in there in a man-up situation. This is the second time that Chandler has been in a man-up, and they scored their only goal in a man-up situation when Murray's scored the game's first goal later in that second quarter. We're in the third quarter now, and it's a 1-1 tie. Chandler in possession of the ball, and they'll take another shot. And the shot selection, I think, has been overall pretty good, but just have not been able to really execute and finish these plays, and that's why we're in a low-scoring game. Plus, I think a lot of that has to do as, well, counter the announcer's comments, big right hand by Noah DeGracias. Might have got an assist from Ben Gardner. So that makes it 2-1 as Chandler takes the lead. So Noah Dio comes up with the second point of the day for the Chandler Dogs. They take their second lead of the contest. Our sixth face-off, only our sixth face-off, and the Dogs are going to get it. Manny Gomez, I mean, this guy's all over the place. They have a 4-2 advantage in face-off X, but it's good to have these two teams out here. And a high throw, and this one's going to turn it back over to Cactus Shadows, who so far has been able to, come up with an answer when they get down in this game. And let's see if they can clear it. They do. Warren Smith has had a nice game. He's going to take it right down the pipe. He's going to pull the trigger, and did he get it? It's outside the box. Or it's outside the cage. A little grandma goal, as they used to call it. And now a long clear, and Cactus Shadow taps it back into their defensive or their offensive half. And it's going to be picked up there. Johnny on the spot, Michael Burke. Here's Michael right down the middle, wide open. This should be a score, and Greg Wedge has found the promised land. How about that? Called up from the JV squad, and Greg Wedge rifles one in there on an assist by Michael Burke, and this game is tied at 2 apiece. Seventh face-off. And a win for the Cactus Shadow Falcons and Nelson Lee. So a good job, and he's going to bring it right down, and he's going to take the big right-handed shot, and he left it wide to the left of the goal. 2-2 tie. I'll tell you what, I think we are. I know that first half was a little slow. There was no scoring. Or I'm sorry, it was 1-1 at the half. No scoring in the first quarter, and a good portion of the second quarter. I don't think our first score didn't come till about the 8th or 9th minute. We don't have the clock up there, so I can't give you a precise total, but boy, I tell you, things have picked up, and you just get the feeling this one might just come down to the wire. Cooper Roderick. Good job of defense. Tough catch to make there by the senior. Lamorticella. And we got to stop in play here. This should be Cactus Shadows possession. Yep, it is. Cooper Roderick. He'll bring it right down the middle. He eyes over the defense and now works it over to the wing. Will Stone right down the middle. Leaping shot, save. Excellent job, Jemmy Martin, as Michael Burke got in close, pulled the trigger. And now Chandler with a chance. And they got the numbers, 3-on-2, but excellent, strong Warren Smith defense right there. And that might have saved a really strong chance for Chandler to take the lead again. We've had 2 lead changes. We've had 2 ties. We got a flag on the play, and this one's going against Warren Smith. So this is going to put Chandler back in a man-up situation. They have been in 2 man-up situations, and they're 1 for 2 in scoring. Big shot and excellent save by Benjamin Jeffcoat. Tough play. Uh-oh, picked off on the wing. Richardson. Mieres working around the horn, and the big right hand by Dio Gracias, his second of the day from Gavin Kelly. Just like that, Chandler goes back up on top 3-2. Well, all the scoring has come really in less than a quarter of play after shutout La Crosse. A 5-3 face-off advantage for Chandler, but then an unforced error. They turn it over. The ball comes loose. Getting a little extracurricular activity, at least some talking going on out there. Spence is a guy, he's just all over the place. I mean, this guy, he just brings a lot of energy. Number 20 for the Blue. He came in one of their top scorers. Ertlin and Richardson, actually, I guess, had 3 points in each in that Catalina game. Chandler leads it 3-2, and loose ball, Ryan Walker. Can he corral it? It's unsettled at midfield. It's a big possession, I think, for Cactus Shadows right now. You know, they don't want to go down 4-2 because points, goals have been just scarce in this game. There's a push, and this should be Cactus Shadows' ball, and it is. It is. Turkington will restart at the freshman attackman for the Falcons. Falcons in the all-white uniform, trailing 3-2 here. About 7 minutes into this third quarter, and it's picked off. Noah Diagracias. Corralled there by the freshman, and we got to stop and play. We're going to timeout. This is Cactus Shadows as you get a look at Scott Turkington. I think this program, I think with both these head coaches, I think they're in good shape. I really do. I think that there's somewhat of a buzz going on up here at Cave Creek about La Crosse, and I think they really want to make an impact. But, you know, this is their first year of varsity, and, you know, tonight is a night for a new beginning. They come in 0-2, but, you know, they play, you know, longtime great Chaparral. They play the Corona del Sol Aztecs. Greg Wedge, who has one of the 2 goals, had the ground ball, but then turned it back over to Chandler. Third quarter action. Timeout, Chandler. Timeout, Chandler, as Murraz, William Murraz, younger brother of Spence. So we got a timeout on the field. 3-2, Chandler. Hey, get a close-up look at the senior Andre Richardson. He clears with the best of them. Tremendous speed, and does a nice sticks there and comes up with a ball, and now he will try to set up the offense for Chandler, who leads it 3-2 here in quarter number 3. Jeff Lowry in our Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week on APN Sports. Richardson, he's taken a couple of shots, hasn't scored yet. He had 3 points in that game, the last game, the first game of the year, and the only game for Chandler when they lost 15-9 to Catalina. And that one's going to be off of Vin Garden. He is a freshman. And now Cactus looks to equalize here in quarter number 3. Special thanks to Dan Lannon and the Arizona Lacrosse League and all those people that make this happen and promoting the Arizona Lacrosse League and lacrosse in the state of Arizona. And Just glad to be back for another season of the Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week. This ball's going to be out of play, and Richardson will restart it for Chandler. They'll take possession here in the third quarter. And Richardson with a nice move, being harassed by Burke, and he finally gets rid of it. I tell you, I thought Cactus Shadows really controlled possession in that first quarter, but it seems like this Chandler team has definitely had the ball much more time than Cactus Shadow, at least here in this second half. We're in the third quarter of a 3-2 Chandler Dogs lead. Chandler in possession. Deogracius, who has 2 goals to lead everybody. See if somebody will step in here and take a shot. Boy, just harassing defense by Hunter McAuliffe. Excellent job by number 10, Mraz. Threw it away. We've seen a lot of that tonight. And, you know, a lot of it has to do, to be quite honest and be fair to both these teams, this is only the second game of the year for Chandler. And Cactus only playing their third game in the first year at varsity level. So it's still very early, and I think as the season goes along, if you don't have a lot of injuries, that should kind of clear up with a little more focus. Michael Burke keeping that play alive. I think we're going to get a push. Chandler Dogs will have it as I'll be coming up here close to the end of the third quarter. Deogracius with 2 goals to lead everybody. Mraz, they'll work it around. I'll tell you, the one guy I kind of wanted to see maybe take more shots was 22, Andre Richardson. I think he's taken like 3 shots in this game. Spence going to work and trying to split 3 defenders. He lost it. Interference, and this is going to give the ball back to Cactus Shadows. So again, another big possession here for the Falcons. That one was slapped away. Nice check there by Chandler. And a great job by Wilkinson. He's made a couple of good plays, but then it's kind of going back and forth, and coming up is Will Stone, the fan favorite, as he takes it right down the middle, right down the pipe, taking on defenders. And I'll tell you what, he had a wide-open Michael Burke. I don't know if he could have got the hands free. And the infraction goes against Cactus Shadows. And now providing Chandler with the numbers, and they score. Tyson Hemphill on the fast break. And now the lead doubled to 4-2. This is the biggest lead of the game for either team. Of course, Cactus Shadows has yet to lead in this game. We've been tied at 1-1 and tied at 2-2. Big face-off win here. A.J. Stenger right down the middle. Eyes over the defense. Has it slapped away from behind by Garden. Good defensive play there. Ball comes loose. 50-50 ball out front. And Nelson Lee, who has made some big plays in this game, has it. Looking for an outlet. We've got a flag down on the field. I didn't see anything there. This probably will go against the blue team. Nice save by Jimmy Martin. But let's see what the call is. The only thing I could think of is a slash. Well, this is going to go against Alan Caskey. And again, maybe an unnecessary roughness call. So that's a 1-minute penalty. And if you're the Falcons, you got to score here. I mean, you're getting into that part of the game. You're down by 2. and you got a man-up situation for another 50 seconds here, you got to take advantage of it and at least try to get some momentum from the mistake. Now, actually, they're a double man down. All right, so as Elvis used to sing, it's now or never, and you got to score here. You're down 4-2, late stages of quarter number 3. Misplayed pass. Ryan Walker, Turkington, and he pulls the trigger at the buzzer to end quarter number 3. Visiting Chandler leads Cactus Shadows 4-2. It's our Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week. Still in a double man-up situation is Cactus Shadows. And the face-off goes to the Falcons. And they quickly come down on the offensive half, and they will score it. How about that? 4-3 now. And that is the second goal for Greg Wedge, who was just brought up from the JV squad. So Wedge with his second goal, and he is now technically tied with Theo Gracias for the leading scorer in this game. Nelson Lee, 24, battling with Manny Gomez, and Gomez comes up with a big face-off win, and the shot no good. So now it is 4-3 in favor of visiting Chandler in the all-blue. And backing up that shot was the Cactus Shadows Falcons. And so they have a chance on this possession to tie this game up after falling down 4-2. And they have never led in this game. We've had 2 ties. We've had 2 lead changes. Big right hand by Roderick, no good. On the restart, Michael Burke. Fourth quarter action. Chandler on defense. All blue, light blue uniforms, leading at 4-3. Burke has yet to score in this game. And now does a split dodge. He goes top shelf, and he rattles the cage with a blistering shot. And this game is tied at 4 apiece. Michael Burke, I'll tell you, that was right on cue. I said he hadn't scored yet. He's made some tremendous passes in the game, but this time he takes it to the rack and rips City with the left hand on a nice split dodge. Boy, Manny Gomez. And what's the stop and play for? And we got a flag down, and I can tell you right now that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. You'll see the arms extend out. Yep, there you go. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Somebody said the wrong thing at the wrong time. Now the initial penalty is going against A.J. Stenger, and we got a non-releasable going against Manny Gomez. So with the next score, that would release the Cactus Shadow penalty, but it will not release the Chandler. And I believe that's going to be a 1 minute. It's either a 1 minute or a 3 minute infraction. And the official said it was a 1 minute, I do believe. Both teams now down a man. Here in the fourth quarter, we're in a 4-4 tie. Wedge and Burke for Cactus Shadows, with back-to-back goals to start the fourth quarter, has tied this game up after a 4-2 lead. Turkington has that one rejected. I think that one hit Mark somewhere in the body, and you wouldn't even know it. He had to sacrifice the body to block the Turkington shot. Will Stone looking for his second goal of the day, stop in play, and I think we got an illegal screen there or interference. Chandler looking to regain the lead. They've been up 1-0, 2-1, then went up eventually 3-2, and then 4-2. Picked off at midfield. Wilkinson, well, he's made 3 really key plays in this game. He's had a couple takeaways and a nice clear for the Falcons. And now the Falcons with a chance to take their first lead of the game. We're tied at 4. It's our Arizona Lacrosse League game of the week. Here's Stone pulling the trigger. He's found the promised land. 3 unanswered goals. And that one was a man up. And it's 5-4 here in the fourth quarter as Stone rattles the back of the cage. Tremendous job. 3 unanswered goals for the Cactus Shadow Falcons. Well, we might be in store for a fantastic finish. Both teams with a man-up goal. 50-50 ball. Looks like AJ might get this one. I don't think Richardson's been in there in a while. For Chandler, he's usually patrolling that midfield area. Quick pass, and he finds Wedge. Michael Burke on a tremendous assist, the great vision, and Greg Wedge has the hat trick. Can you believe it? In his first ever varsity game, he was just brought up from the JV, and it's 6-4 Cactus Shadows. My goodness, what a varsity debut for Greg Wedge, but give a lot of credit to Michael Burke, who got the assist on the play. And the junior attackman, who has been facilitating the pass all night long and now gets a big assist. And I don't know how he found Greg Wedge, who was just outside the crease, right down the pipe. And for the first time, a 2-point lead for the Falcons, enjoying their biggest lead of the night. And now slowing things down. Stay with us. At the conclusion of this game, we'll have our APN Sports Arizona Lacrosse League big play of the day. It'll just probably be a short interview with the couple of players from the winning side. Let's see if Turkington can get a big ground ball here. He doesn't, but was able to flip it up to Greg Wedge with 3 goals to lead all scorers in this game. And he throws this one away, and Mraz comes up with the ground ball, trying to find an outlet here. He's being harassed by Michael Burke. Ball comes loose. And they're going to give this one back to Cactus Shadows. We're going to get a timeout on the field. It's 6-4 in favor of the Falcons in the all-white uniforms, with head coach Scott Turkington, Cody Wagner on the other side in his 3rd year as head coach. Special thanks to the assistant coaches for Cactus Shadows, Keith Jeffcoat, and on the other side for Chandler, Corey Wilson and Tony Wahlberg. .45 is Will Stone playing 2-man catch with Roderick. Michael Burke. I think just Michael Burke's presence on the wing has the defense second-guessing things. 6'4" Cactus Shadows. They're in the all-white, trying to win their first game at the varsity level. Stone takes a shot, and Andre Richardson literally gave up his body to block that shot. Look at Richardson covering the ground. Broken up, goal line extended left, and that's the eventual turnover. William gets rid of it for Chandler as they try to clear Warren Smith has had an outstanding night. Great defense there. The over-the-top check. And we're going to get a push. This probably goes against the Falcons. It was not, well, that was close. I think that could have been push with possession, which would mean a penalty. Push without, obviously not. Sometimes I think the officials just want to keep the play going. Richardson backing in. See a little roll dodge here. Too far out to really do a roll dodge. And he has that one broken up. And a nice job by Wilkinson. And Wilkinson again. Wilkinson has made plays out here. Yeah, he hasn't scored or anything. He's a defensive player. But he has made plays out here. And he's got a good handful of plays that have been noticeable in this contest. Chandler needing a point desperately, and it is a big left by A.L.L, Lucas A.L.L, who has a very strong left-handed shot. And we got to stop and play. We got an injured Chandler player out in front of the crease, and he'll come off the field. He's going to be all right. Yeah, we are approaching the 5-minute mark here in quarter number 4. Cactus Shadows, who has trailed or been tied most of the game, and they've scored 4 straight after being down 4-2, and they lead at 6-4 here. Inside of 5 minutes left to go here in regulation play. Good move. And Noah has 2 of the 4 goals here today for the Chandler Dogs. Well, we had a feeling this was going to be a good matchup here tonight. One of the storylines for this game, the Cactus Shadow Falcons, in their first year, they come in, no wins, 2 losses, looking for their first varsity win. Can they hold on and do it? Chandler, who is 0-1, trying to put themselves back to the 500 mark. Mraz with a good ground ball. Richardson, that ball hit somebody way out front, and backing up the shot was the Falcons, and they will try to clear it. Picked up Turkington. Tell you, this is a young man, only a freshman, but he's got the instincts. Flag is down. Over to Greg Wedge. Just brought up. Shot blocked that time by Jimmy Martin, or maybe even Zarnick out front. And the penalty is going to go against the Chandler Dogs, Vin Garden. So a man-up situation for Cactus Shadows, who leads it by a score of 6-4. And we're inside of 3 minutes to go here in regulation. Big right hand by Will Stone, thwarted at the point of attack. Now Manny Gomez getting the job done. Brogan Kelly. Burke weaving his way through. Nice check. Lamorticella for Chandler, and then somehow Michael Burke comes up with it and then gives it to Roderick, and he finds Pipe City. They're going to rule it a goal. 5 unanswered goals for the Cactus Shadows. Burke another assist, his second of the day. And Cooper Roderick with his first goal, and it's 7-4. 5 unanswered goals here for Cactus Shadows, and they are looking awfully good with about 2.5 minutes left to play here in regulation time. The Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week is brought to you by apmvideo.com. I'll tell you what, no time to waste, as we are now within 2 minutes left here in regulation time. And just missing Lucas A.L.L. Richardson Richardson's trying to dodge, and he is getting double teamed every time, forces the pass into the pipe, and it's going to come back out, and Chandler with another chance. Time is not on their side. A.L.L again, and he's found the promised land. An impressive shot by Lucas A.L.L, the sophomore left-hander. And a penalty will count. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, it looked like he was waving it off, but it's now 7-5. And Chandler's got a chance, and they're not in a man up. So that waves off whatever that penalty was. 7-5 is our score. This is a big face-off right here. And this should go to Cactus Shadows, but no. Must have been an interference in there somewhere. And Cactus Shadows back on defense. And, man, did Chandler need a goal there. Got a technical foul. And this is going against, well, it's going to go against Will Stone. So a man-up situation, but we are inside a minute. In fact, I would say we are probably inside about 50 seconds. Shot taken left-handed, and that was Andre Richardson. Couldn't get it to go. Chandler Dogs down by 2 with about roughly 30 seconds left to play here in regulation. They get their second shot in this man-up situation, no good. Good job of backing up, but right now you gotta get a quick shot in here, and maybe a little more urgency if you're the Chandler Dogs. That's their third, and they are 0 for 3 on this series. And they'll get maybe a fourth chance here, but they are down to just a few more seconds. That was Noah DeGracias, who has 2 goals, leading scorer tonight for the Chandler Dogs. Leading scorer in the game is the young man who was just brought up from JV, Greg Wedge. They have had 5 shots since going in a man-up situation and have not been able to find the cage. Spence. Somebody's got to be open, and Richardson challenged there by Stenger. And they have had 6 shots. Well, I guess they didn't have quite 30 seconds left to go. Of course, we don't have the clock running. Clock is being managed by the officials. Chandler desperately needing a goal here. Put some pressure. Boy, AJ, great defense. I mean, he's done a great job on Andre just here in this last minute. Hemphill has one of the scores for Chandler, and being harassed by Sean Clem, you notice that they have not thrown the ball to Sean Clem's side of the field a whole lot here tonight. That's how good a player that he is. And again, my goodness, Chandler has had ample opportunity to at least draw within 1. They trail 7-6 here. 7-5, excuse me. And finally, Cactus Shadows gets a clear after 8 missed shots by the Chandler Dogs and a chance to draw within 1 or even tie this ball game up. Good job. I'll tell you what, still battling out there is the Dogs. Playing 48 minutes of lacrosse. Burke, Turkington, and the ball was outside the box. Got to keep it in there within 2 minutes. And Chandler has run out of time. And the Cactus Shadow Falcons, well, let's see if we're going to get the final buzzer. And that's it. The contest is over. And the Cactus Shadow Falcons, in their first year of varsity play in 2021, have won their first ever varsity game. They do it with an impressive fourth quarter where they scored 5 unanswered goals behind Greg Wedge and his 3 goals and win it 7-5. Time now for the Arizona Lacrosse League Big Play of the Week, powered by Auto Glass Perfection.
Michael Burke, I play attack, and I'm a 12th grade senior.
I'm Greg Wedge. I play attack also, and I'm a sophomore.
So let's start with you. I mean, this is Cactus Shadows' first victory as a varsity team. How's it feel?
It feels great. I think the teams with little short players we had did pretty well.
Very true. I had to second that. I mean, Greg being the call-up played really well. After you get to Benji, and Chandler played really well as well.
Yep. It looked like it was getting a little dicey out there. You guys, there's a little extracurricular going on, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was, but at the end of the game, we all shook hands. It was nice camaraderie. I mean, a little banter, but at the end, we're all friends here. It's respect the game, so probably simplistic stuff such as ground balls and just moving the ball around. I mean, we're trying to force passes in the middle. It's just not working out for us. Got to work on clears, little things like that, and hopefully we'll do a lot better.
Yeah. I'd say we just need a lot more players to show up, and we just need to keep working hard, maybe more conditioning.
And talk about the coaches here a little bit.
Love them. I mean, one of the assistant coaches, Mr. Jeff Coate, he's been with the team 5-6 years now. He's the one who started this program, and we just had Coach Turkington hop on too, and he's been phenomenal. Absolutely love the coaches for sure.
I think the coaches are great. They really push you to your max, and they show you like your better potential.
Well, congratulations, 7-5 victory here today at home, the first ever varsity win for the Falcons.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.